Just take your time, listen to this video very well. You know, because of Dele Farotimi arrest, so this one is calling for protest. Protest is coming on the 10th of this month. Watch this video to the end so that you know where this protest will be taking place. 3 states in Nigeria. Then after Nigeria, abroad, London, far away London. So this protest will be taking place in London, because this will not be child's play again. King's College in London, this protest will be taking place because this one is becoming too much. You don't understand. So now the King's College in the UK, in London, they are already in panic. Why protest? Why protest? Why protest? So we need this time around. If you're not in Nigeria, you're in Nigeria, you can participate. This protest is coming on Lagos, Abuja, and Ekiti State. So at least you must involve. This one concern everybody. Not facing only delay. This one happened to today. It might be you. It might be you, because the one where APC, all these people did, apart from the one where all these people did, is becoming too much of them. If you did London, you don't get an excuse to say you for participate, you for join, because you're not in Nigeria. Now the protest is coming to your city, London. At least if you did London, there so any city surround London nearby, you can join. So watch this video to the end so that you know the date. You know the date, the time where this protest will be taking place. Watch this video to the end and make sure you share this video. Let a lot of people see. The video is very important to share as far as you're a Nigerian citizen, because it's affecting every one of us. Today is Dele Farotimi, tomorrow might be you. So this one is becoming too much. We need to speak out. So share this video, very important. And please follow this page for more. Please.
Criminal arrest of human rights lawyer Dele Farotimi by the Nigerian policemen from Ekiti State Police Command on the orders of Are Afebabalola. Yes, it might sound strange to anyone listening to this because he can't order the police, but in this case he actually ordered them, following what he wrote in the petition. And it has also now been revealed that the men from Ekiti State Police Command didn't inform the Lagos State Police Command officially. Normally, the way it is conducted, anyone coming from a different jurisdiction, whether the police, the law courts, anyone, you have to inform the people in Lagos State or any state you want to effect an arrest. So the normal procedure is they come to the Lagos State Command and tell them, we have this case we're investigating, we want you to help us to locate the person and we want to effect an arrest. Of course, they will have to show court warrant and all the necessary documents. And the state command in Lagos would have at least given them some men to accompany them to go and effect the arrest. That's how it is done. And when they arrest the individual, they still have to come back to the Lagos State Police Command headquarters and file the case. Hey, we have effected the arrest of the person. Now we want to go back to Ekiti State. This is the normal procedure. But they didn't do any of this because they already had a plan. They wanted to execute that plan. Of course, Dele Farotimi knew about all this.
And this court had then proceeded to issue a bench warrant for my arrest. This is classic Afebabalola. I detailed his corruptive influence in my book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System.
He revealed this in a press conference he held a day before he was criminally abducted by the Nigerian policemen from Ekiti State. But we'll hear what he had to say in that press conference in a moment. Following all that have happened the past few days, how Dele Farotimi was bundled from his office in Lagos to Ekiti State and to a magistrate court where he was immediately remanded to prison. Nigerians have resolved that they will no longer tolerate this kind of impunity and criminality. They have fixed a massive protest on the 10th of December. They will troop out in their numbers to protest against the Nigerian judiciary so as to force them to release Dele Farotimi immediately without further delay. The protest will hold in 3 major cities in Nigeria. Number 1 is in Lagos, in Afebabalola's chambers. Nigerians in Lagos will amass there to demand the immediate release of Dele Farotimi, a human rights lawyer who Afebabalola claimed that he defamed him. Also in Abuja, the protest will be holding the same day on the 10th of December. Protesters will assemble at the Federal Ministry of Justice. The next one is in Ekiti State, where he is being detained, currently in prison. The location will be at the police headquarters in Ado-Ekiti, the capital of Ekiti State. The next one is in London. Many people will be wondering, what has London got to do with what is happening in Nigeria? Why take it abroad? Why protest abroad when we are supposed to be protesting in Nigeria? There's a reason for that. The reason they chose King's College campus is because Afebabalola actually donated £10 million to King's College a few years ago. He donated the huge amount to King's College so that they will use that money to establish a school in his name. Someone that does this kind of thing really cares about his name, his reputation. As such, he will do anything to protect his reputation. Now, to why protesting at King's College London is very significant. Look at it this way. If someone who truly cares about his reputation to the extent that he donated a whopping £10 million to King's College London so that they can use that money to build a school in his name, if you protest in that school and show them, hey, this man that donated £10 million to you Look at his real character. He's using his connections in Nigeria to intimidate and harass a colleague in the law profession. So you can see, it damages that his reputation that he so much cares about. Not that the guys at King's College might care so much. After all, he has already made that donation. But the most important thing is that it sends the message. It makes them understand that, hey, the person that donated 10 million pounds to you, look at his true character. You are building a school in the name of so kind of person. It sends the message. Besides, many might be wondering how Afe Babalola became filthy rich. Yes, he made money under Olusegun Obasanjo's administration. There was one case he handled at the time. He recovered $300 million for the Nigerian government. He successfully negotiated a 10% fee for himself. That's worth $30 million at that time. So you can imagine how far he has come. Now, to why the intimidation, abduction and remand to prison of Dele Farotimi is seriously backfiring on Afe Babalola. Look at Dele Farotimi's book on Amazon. It is now #1 on Amazon. Nigerians are buying it in droves, including foreigners. Everyone is trying to find out what exactly is contained in the book. What did Dele Farotimi talk about Nigerian judiciary in the book, or Afe Babalola? It has aroused the curiosity of Nigerians. When this book was published a few months ago, few people took interest. Now, Nigerians are buying it, despite the fact that they shut down the publisher's website in Nigeria, Roving Heights. Since yesterday, their website has been returning an error. But despite all this, the book has been selling in massive numbers on Amazon. So it will now expose him the more. That reputation he so much cares about, that reputation he wants to protect, it will now be thrown open at the international stage. Hey, this man is not what he thinks he is. He's not what he claims to be. Using police to intimidate and arrest a colleague for something that is a civil matter can only be possible in Nigeria. It can't happen in London. He can't do that in a Western country. The other day, Femi Falana, another human rights lawyer, was defamed by someone. He didn't involve the police. He made it clear that criminal investigation has been expunged from the laws of Lagos and also in Edo State. And following the Supreme Court judgment on the same matter, it doesn't apply anymore in Nigeria, despite the fact that some states have not yet amended their laws to reflect that. He simply sued the person to a civil court, and he did it at Abuja, where the person lives or where he made the statement. He didn't want to file the matter in another state, in another jurisdiction entirely. So abducting Dele Farotimi from Lagos to another jurisdiction in Ekiti State is wrong and an abuse of power.
It came to my knowledge that there is a charge that had been fraudulently preferred against me before a court in Ekiti State at the instance of Chief Afe Babalola. This charge had been fraudulently preferred, hidden from view, and the court had purportedly demanded my presence multiple times, and I had failed to appear before this court. And this court had then proceeded to issue a bench warrant for my arrest. This is classic Afe Babalola. I detailed his corruptive influence in my book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. And what he has done is exactly what he has always done in hiding, but he has done it this time again. And the calculations were that I would have been picked up, taken before this judge, who must have either been compromised or misled in Ekiti, and I would have been remanded in prison custody for being somebody who was meant to face trial and who had refused to bring himself to court. I am reliably informed that social media influencers had been paid to spin these narratives after my arrest. Human rights activists have been positioned to start speaking after my arrest, including one Adaya. High offices in this country have been compromised in pursuit of my person. High offices, from the Inspector General's office, because the police have been subverted. The Attorney General of the Federation needs to examine himself because his office has been somehow linked to this as well. I do not know if the presidency is directly involved in this, and I will not make frivolous charges. But high offices have been subverted in pursuit of a criminal purpose. I have committed no crime, done nothing wrong. If I have committed any wrong for which the state requires my attendance in a court or at a police station, they know exactly where I live. I will live only once. I will not live cowering to any man. Let us be clear. If and when I have a charge to answer before a court, you all know where I live. I'm not hiding, and I'm not running away from anybody. Let us be very clear about that. I will never run away from Nigeria. We all have to pretend that we are in a democracy, and we have to pretend that we are citizens, and we have to pretend that we are a country ruled by law. And by all means, you will pretend that we are. I have done nothing, and if I have a charge that should be preferred against me, bring it on. I'm happy to come to court to have my day. If there is a crime, there must be justice, not only for the person who is aggrieved. There must be justice for the accused, and there must also be justice for the system. This is not how to build a rule-based system. where the system itself becomes so criminal that policemen were engaged in criminality.